So hello there, my zealots. It's Joshua coming at you today. What's up? I just added something new to my wall, and I'm in this literally relaxed and comfy position because of the location on my wall, and I wanted to go over it with you. Um, it's right here. This is all backwards to me. That's awesome. This is so awesome. But anyway, what this is that I have always had this one up here, and this talks about the different resurrections, but it doesn't really go into detail about when they happen or in what order they happen. And so I've added this bit right here, which again is in backwards to me, so I can't actually see it correctly, but that's okay. So I thought I would go over it with you and try and explain all the different things and see what you think of it. So let's go up here first. Okay, so these are the different dispensations that we are going to be dealing with. This is grace, tribulation, and the law dispensation, which or the judgment dispensations. And these are the law dispensation is referencing Moses' time. That's the one. That's what it's talking about. But it's where the 144,000 come in. But anyway, so the grace, people that live in grace, will be resurrected in what is known as the gathering. Okay, and then those that are in the gathering, and these are the scriptural references for that. And then those that are part of the gathering get to become kings. And those that have to, but we will leave after tribulation, and then those that have to endure tribulation will be resurrected, and they will be resurrected in the multitude, and they will be priests. And then those that were a part of the tribulation, multitude, priests, and then those that are that died during Moses' reign, they would be part of the 144,000, and they will become servants. And then anybody during any time, if they were not righteous, then they will be raised at the resurrection of the unjust, and if they are found lacking, they will have the final death. Now, that's interesting and all that, but where does that apply? Well, this is what this other one is for. So if you look at this one, so we have Abraham, we have Adam, which is during the paradise dispensation. We have Abraham during the promise dispensation, and then we have Moses during the commandment dispensation or the law dispensation. And right here you see that this, between the Moses' commandment dispensation and Paul's grace dispensation, and we're living in the grace dispensation right now. I'm using an arrow because it's a good pointer. That's what it's for. Anyway, so we're living in the grace dispensation, but between Moses' thing here and the grace dispensation, this is where Jesus Christ got his ascension. He died, raised from the dead, and then ascended into the heavens. Now we're dealing in the grace dispensation. That's where we live right now. And then after the grace dispensation, Jesus Christ will come and raise the kings from the dead, and we will ascend into the heavens. Then after that, God destroys the earth with fire. That's where I believe it's going to be God is going to use the Yellowstone Park and just going to blow up the entire world. And it's going to be under volcanic winter for like 7 years. And after that, we have what is known as, that's when the lake of fire is created. It talks about right there. And then we have the king. Then we have tribulation, and that's when the 7 or 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, that's death, pestilence, famine, and war, come down, just kicking butt over the planet. And then that's the tribulation. And then we have there's going to be, this is where all of the multitude get killed. Yeah, the multitude. They believe after Jesus Christ ascended and took all the saints with him, all the kings with him. And then they believed, and then the world will just try and destroy them because of their stand on the word of God. And they all get killed. And then right here it says that the kings come back after all the servants are dead, and they conquer the earth. And then Satan is bound for 1,000 years after that. And then you have the multitude get resurrected. That's where the multitude comes in. That's the people that have to endure tribulation. Those are the people that are righteous that have to endure tribulations. The ones that don't have the mark of the beast. Yeah. Okay. And then you have 1,000 years of peace. At the end of the 1,000 years of peace, you have the 144,000 raised from the dead. And that's the people that are a part of the law dispensation, or that were died from this point to this point to this point, where we're under the law according to that love God, but yet we're not. They did not have the word of God. But anyway, so yeah, Well, then you have after that you have the 144,000. Actually, I think from Adam to Abraham, there is those people only get the resurrection of the unjust, and then they have to be judged according to the works. And if the works are righteous, then they get resurrected into serfdom. But anyway, let me move on. So this is where you get the serfs or death. If you're raised in the if you resurrection of the unjust, you get either death or to become serfs. And if you, at any time during this thing, if you're not righteous, you go to the hell. But if you are during this time, you get to become as a serf, or I think it's pretty much if you're anyway. So those are always options. And then Satan is loosed. So after 144,000 get raised from the dead, then Satan is loosed, and then you have the Battle of Armageddon right here. And then after the Battle of Armageddon, nations are smote with fire by God. God just says enough is enough, brings down fire from heaven and just annihilates them. And then after that, all are raised from the dead, and they are all judged according to the works. And everybody else that hadn't had a prior resurrection will be judged at this one. And if they are found lacking, they get thrown into the lake of fire and they die permanently. Anyway, I hope that explains things, gets you thinking about it a little bit. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, personal issues, life dramas, let me know. Leave a comment in the comments section. Click the dingy thingy so you can subscribe Saturdays at 10 o'clock. We have the Pacific Standard Time. We have the live stream. You know I love God because I love virtue, justice, and salvation. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.